So, you know, Shelby, before we got started on all this in the very beginning, we were down in the store, and said we were going to talk about helmets. And you mentioned you were super passionate about helmets. What makes you so passionate about helmets? I'm passionate about snowboarding, but I couldn't just say it was about helmets.
I think I'm passionate in a different way than you. I've had a real-life experience snowboarding without a helmet. And, you know, I suffered the consequences. I was in a coma for a month on life support, and I was 18. I had to learn how to do everything all over again. And all that could have been prevented had I been wearing a helmet.
You know, I've snowboarded with you. How many years? How many years has
Probably
it been?
4 years, maybe 5.
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5. And on the anniversary of your accident, we always go up to Snow Summit where it happened.
Yes.
And it's really heartwarming because it's a feel-good experience when Shelby goes in and sees the ski patrol officer that saved her life. She wasn't wearing a helmet, and you know, Shelby and I are about the same experience as far as snowboarding goes. We're not pros. We don't go off of 90-foot jumps. You know, we're just really
Sometimes.
good recreational riders. And I think it's, and you can speak more to this than I am, but I think a lot of people think, well, I'm not going to be going fast, or I'm not going to be going into the trees, or I'm not going to be doing this, or I'm not good enough to learn that. I mean, how do you speak to that?
You know, I speak at schools, and talking to the teenagers, that's the biggest problem. They go, oh, well, I'm not pro, I'm not, you know, I don't do anything. Well, I wasn't doing anything, and I almost lost my life. So if it happened to me, it could happen to anyone out there.
You know, the experience of snowboarding is one of the best experiences I've ever achieved in my life, and I'm sure as you too, or you probably would have quit after your head injury.
Oh yeah, I think just getting out there now, getting back on it, is facing my fear all over again, but just proving that I can do it, and I definitely do it smart now. You know, with the helmet and with all the right stuff. I don't try things I'm not ready for. You know, I know my liabilities and what I can and can't do, so I'm not going to try something I'm not ready for.
You know, when this happened to Shelby, after it happened, the hospital did a documentary on her. Why did they do that? They videotaped the whole thing?
Yeah, they videotaped different days of me coming out of the coma, because I made such tremendous progress that it was pretty unbelievable. So, you know, the hospital they transferred me to was Long Beach Memorial, and they videotaped, you know, 3 or 4 different times of me coming out of the coma, and then, you know, when I did come out, my left side of my body was paralyzed, and they didn't think I'd ever, you know, walk again or do anything. So just they caught that on video, the different days, you know, and showed the progress, and, you know, it was amazing. It's amazing for me to go back and watch it when I'm having a bad day. You know, I turn that on, and it just makes me realize how far I've come, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
You know, and I have to say that Shelby's experience was the inspiration for me to start wearing a helmet. I had seen this video, and Shelby did not look like she looks right now. If you met Shelby, you would never even know this happened to her, because when she came out of this coma, she couldn't hardly open her eyes. And then it showed her going through all the physical therapy and hanging on the bars, learning how to walk again. And so you took this vibrant young, how old were you?
I was 18 when I
teenager, and you know, you just took that part of her life right away from her. So we had Shelby, who thank God was alive, but now we had to get her back to normal. I think it's also interesting to see that her passion for snowboarding has taken her back up on the hill too, and every year we go.
Yeah, definitely. I wish I could go more now, but, you know, definitely just being out there is amazing for me.
You know, I had the experience to go back to Vermont last month, and we went to Jake Burton's party in Burlington, and I got to hang out with and talk to Kevin Pierce, and that's another story.
That's,
you know,
an inspiration right there.
Yeah, it's super inspiration, and he looks as good as Shelby right now. I'm not sure, you know, when he's going to start riding again or whatnot, but and what a wonderful guy! What a wonderful guy! Kevin Pierce is everything you'd ever want your daughter to marry or your son to be. Just a wonderful kid. And to see how super excited he was about being able to snowboard again. And, you know, he looked great. Because a lot of people, and you can speak to this too, a lot of people think, well, it didn't help Kevin Pierce. What would happen to Kevin Pierce if he didn't have a helmet on?
Oh, he wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, I really
No
don't
doubt
think he
about
would
it.
have been here. And, you know, it's like, yeah, we sell helmets, and we have a lot of helmets, and we sell a lot of helmets. But honest to God, I just really want people to have a helmet so that they know that they're safe on the hill and that we all know they're safe. And, you know, I always tell people my age, the only thing that works better on me than it did when I was 25 is my brain. So I want to make sure I protect it.
Yeah, right? No doubt about it.
Now, you also had been asked to speak to state Congress about helmet laws. Can you tell us a little bit how that went?
Well, I went up about 3 times to Senate in Sacramento. They were trying to pass a law this year for all children under the age of 18 to wear helmets while skiing and snowboarding, just like the bicycle law or the skateboards, you know. And it was a great experience. I got to speak 3 times, and everyone definitely was interested and supported the bill. And what happened was they combined our bill with another bill, the Jones bill that was coming out, who's another senator who had lost his daughter snowboarding or skiing one year, where she went off the trail and there was no sign saying, I don't know if there was the correct sign saying, you know, it was okay to go out of bounds. And she did, and she died. And so his bill's a little bit different, but it's, you know, he wants the ski areas to show verbiage like signs and do like a safety week and have all the people aware of it. And, you know, versus our bill, which is mainly not focused on the resorts, it's mainly focused on kids wearing helmets.
Yeah, because I know that the bill you were trying to get passed actually did pass.
Yeah.
But they joined it with this other bill?
They joined it. And I think because one side was Republican, one side was Democratic. So they joined the 2 bills. But, I mean, our bill has such a strong, you know, theory behind it, and the person that introduced it, that Jason Brown, who was working with Dr. Lechuga on introducing the bill, you know, he was a pro snowboarder at a time, and he fell, you know, while snowboarding, not wearing a helmet, and I mean, today it's very hard for him. It's been probably 15 years maybe, and it's very hard for him to stand up for a long time, you know, to live a normal life, and which all could have been prevented, you know, possibly by wearing a helmet, which, you know, doesn't take much.
You know, when the helmets first came out and stuff, they were kind of uncomfortable. I know that the first helmet I tried on, it was like, get this thing off my head. I don't know about you, but the only time I know I'm wearing a helmet is when I put it on in the morning, because they're so comfortable now.
It's common for me that, like, if I forget my helmet, I'm not going to ride. You know, it's like, my helmet, do I have my helmet, do I have my pants, do I have my boots, you know, I'm not going to, it's just, I feel like I'm wearing gloves, you know.
Yeah. You know, and also about the helmets now, like, gosh, the new Smith, that Maze, it's the lightest helmet I think I've ever felt in my life. I always joke around and say they have to put weights on it because it would float away. But I think it's really important for all of us to know that you know, you don't mess with your brain. Your brain, you can break your arm, break your leg. Heck, I even know friends of mine that have broken their neck and it's healed up and they're normal people. But brain injuries are super traumatic, and you may not lose your life, but you may have lost your life as you know it. And fortunately for you, Shelby, you came back and you're as normal could be.
Yeah, let me just question that. I always say, what's normal? Like, everyone's like, oh, are you normal yet? And I'm like,
yeah.
Who's normal? You know? But, I mean, brain injuries are on the rise, you know, for skiing and snowboarding. And it's, you know, the one sport for kids under 18 that's not mandated, you know. And so we're really trying to push that. And when I get to schools and I speak with many teens and kids, you know, and now it's not, they're getting into it more. The ones that are learning now learn with helmets on.
Yeah.
It's just trying to acknowledge that, the kids that are already riding, they go, oh, well, I've been doing it this long, I don't need a helmet now, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And you never know. I mean, my accident was almost 11 years ago, and I still notice things. I have a constant reminder every day of my accident, and that's not going to go away. And I mean, it's just little things that I can or I can't do now. It's just, it'll always be in the back of my head. And I mean, no one wants that, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents were told to prepare for the worst, that they probably weren't going to have their little girl back, and they got extremely lucky. But a lot of parents aren't going to get that lucky, A lot of people don't get that second chance.
Yeah.
And I feel like having that second chance, I'm, trying to acknowledge people more and more how important it is to wear a helmet and get the word out and spread the word. Because I know I've influenced a lot of children and a lot of adults, just by talking about my accident.
Great. So I don't know about all of you guys, but I know for sure from now on I'm wearing a helmet.
And I'm not going anywhere without a helmet. Duke always laughs like when I used to work here, I would get up on a ladder, he'd be like, Shelby, I don't want you to get up on that without a helmet. Kind of definitely accident.
Yep. So thanks for listening.
Thank you.